Hi guys, welcome to a special Halloween-related episode of AB and the Films. Okay, this is something that I'm going to have to warn you ahead of time. If you are a child and you're watching this, and I mean anyone under the age of 12 watching this, you might get creeped out by some of this stuff. So I'm just saying, and I know it's only movie trailers that I'm talking about here. I'm not necessarily talking about the films. I'm talking about the movie trailers for the films in this. But I wanted to tap into something here that I really haven't discussed, and you know, I'm just a word of warning that some of these might creep you guys out if you haven't seen them. But you know, I'm doing an episode coming up in a couple of weeks about a certain year, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of movie trailers in that review coming up. But I started to think about these other movie trailers that came out. Most of these came out when I was a kid, between like 2000 up until about maybe 2007, 2008, within that period of time. And I was a kid in those years. But there were some movie trailers that came out that really creeped me out. I mean, creeped me out, okay? And it wasn't just the movie itself. I mean, some of these movies that I'm going to talk about here in this episode, I still to this day haven't even seen. But the movie trailers, I know every shot, every sound effect, every music cue, every line. And the trailer I'm talking about. But these are the movie trailers that really creeped me out when I was a kid. Just the way they were edited, the way they were shown, the way they were delivered. Just the way, because that's really what a movie trailer is. It's advertisement. The way these advertisements were made to help get us in the seats to see the movie. And some of these trailers really creeped me out, you guys, when I was a kid. And some of these I've already talked about in other reviews, but I'm going to do the top 10 creepy movie trailers from childhood. And we're going to talk about them right now. Go ahead. Hide and Seek. Now, when this movie came out, I was really interested in making movies. I mean, this came out in January 2005, so I was 11 going on 12. And I did see Hide and Seek the year it came out, not in the movie theater, but I did see it, and it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. The trailer made it creepy. It was creepy. And that's why it's very low on the list, because this trailer really didn't spook me that much as the other ones did, but it definitely spooked my sister. I know that, because we were still young at the time. But this movie, personally, I don't think the movie's that great, but the movie trailer, on the other hand, and there were 2 movie trailers for this film. I can't find the second one on the internet. It's out there somewhere. But the first one was the one I remember watching when I was a kid. Let's watch some of this trailer. Just the way it's edited. Like, tell me if you guys don't get the creeps.
We're gonna move upstate, the country.
What about Emily? This is a traumatic time for her. I think it's important she stays here and works through this.
Oh, here she's flooded with memories. But right now, I need to be a full-time dad.
It's going to be a real treat having both of you here.
I didn't even realize anyone else lived up here.
Well, it does get pretty quiet in the off-season.
I have a new friend.
A new friend?
He told me to call him Charlie.
When did you meet Charlie?
Today?
When we went to town?
It was before that.
Is he here right now? Emily, why would you do this?
It was Charlie.
It's not unusual for a child to create imaginary friends.
I don't want to be too forward, but I don't notice a lot of kids around, and I'm trying to find other kids to have play dates with Emily.
Do you like her, Daddy?
Emily.
Charlie says you do.
Stop this.
Did Daddy tell you about my mommy? Let's hope you don't wind up like her.
You know, Charlie doesn't exist.
You shouldn't say that.
Why not?
You're gonna make him mad. Do you like games?
I love games. Would you like to play one?
I'm already playing. Charlie did it. You do believe me, don't you, Daddy?
Yeah, pretty creepy. It's creepy. When you're a kid watching these not just this trailer, but a lot of these trailers, like, try watching this trailer in the dark, in a dark room. Could you do that?
Neighbor called, said there was a problem. What you drawing there?
You die. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 6, 1,000. 7, 1,000. 8, 1,000. 9, 1,000. Charlie. Come out, wherever you are.
When a Stranger Calls. And by the way, this is the remake, not the original. And I have seen this movie too. It's not a scary movie at all. But again, the way the trailer's edited, like, really take a look at this trailer. It's really well done.
Hello? Is anyone there? I could have at least driven myself, Dad.
I don't want you driving home alone this far so late at night. Wow.
You must be Jill. We were so thrilled to find a babysitter at the last minute. Come on, I'll show you around.
Your house is amazing.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Where are the children?
First bedroom at the top of the landing.
Just make yourself at home.
Hello?
Have you checked the children?
This feature cannot be used with the number.
Hello? Who is this?
What creeped me out about this movie trailer was the way there's a lot of layers in this movie trailer, especially in the middle. When she starts getting nervous and she calls up her friend and they have her talking to her friend, and then they layer that over with the phone dialing, beep beep beep, and then they have text that says what this is, and then but it's going really, and they also have camera shots moving really fast, and they also have music layered on top of that, getting you full of suspense. So all that layered on top, and you know, now to the common person, you're watching this and you're like, oh, this is going to be an awful remake of a really good movie. But to a kid who didn't know this was a remake, you're watching this and you're going, oh boy, this was kind of...
Hello?
Bobby?
Jill, is that you?
Have you been calling me? Can I speak with the police?
Has he threatened you?
He just keeps on calling.
You're safe inside that house.
Why are you doing this? What do you want? Stop calling me, you
Jill, it's
sick...
the police. We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. You hear me? It's coming from inside the house.
One of my favorite things, and I thought this was effective, was... Well, the younger crowd might not know about this, but before iPhones, when you had cord phones that were in... You used to have a phone in every room in the house, I remember. But when you would pick up the phone and you wouldn't dial a number, it would make that... It would make that noise. Well, they took that noise and edited it into this trailer to make it more suspenseful. That was really impressive. I remember thinking that as a kid. I was 12, 13 at the time when this movie came out. And when I saw that trailer, I remember thinking, oh, that's good. That's effective. I like that. And it's one of those trailers that came out when I was a kid. Again, didn't creep me out that much, but the part in the middle where they have the layers over it, and at the end when you hear the phone beeping a lot, you know, that was really effective. So that I like. And yeah, so that's definitely gonna make it on this list. Next one. The Omen. This is another remake. I saw bits and pieces of this movie. I still, to this day, haven't really seen the Gregory Peck Omen from 1976. And that's a really good horror flick to watch around Halloween. I know that. But this one, this remake, again, this came out when a lot of horror remakes were coming out. I think they're still making horror remakes. Yeah, they're still doing horror remakes. But back in the 2000s, you guys got to remember, every year we were getting a remake from some horror movie or something like that, and nobody really went to go see these because most of them were terrible. And this one, granted, was pretty terrible, but the trailer really got me interested. Like, what is this movie? This is how I was introduced to the Omen period, because I didn't know about the Gregory Peck one from 76 until this movie came out. And one of the things I thought was clever about this movie trailer was this movie came out in the summer of 2006. So what was clever about it was it came out in June. And at the end, it said, the release date, 6/6/06. And I remember, oh, that's so clever. That is so clever. They planned that release date. They planned that. But the movie trailer, I gotta tell you, it's dark. It's almost like there's whispers in it. And then it gets really loud, and then it gets really quiet, and they play the creepy music over it. They have a little slow motion images in it. They speed up the footage a little bit. They slow it down. It's very manipulative, but it's very well put together. That would make you go,
What's wrong, sweetie? It's just a church, that's all.
She's sick.
He's cold as ice. What's the matter? Those other kids didn't want to play with you?
They're afraid.
Hello, Damien. I'm here to protect you.
There's something about Damien.
I was at the hospital the night your son was born.
You know about my son.
Everything.
And again, I was really into Hitchcock at the time as well, so anything suspenseful, anything horror, I was, you know, and I was into Wes Craven at this point as well, so anything like that really got my attention, and I really like the way it's put together. That trailer, that was really well done. The Grudge II. I didn't even see the original Grudge movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and that was the American version, because The Grudge is actually based off of it's actually based off a foreign film from Japan, I believe, right? Is that what it is? So, The Grudge 2 comes out 2 years later in 2006, and I noticed Amber Tamblyn is in it, who I knew from Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Joan of Arcadia, which was a show that she did, which was actually pretty good. That's a good show, by the way. But the way this trailer came out, it was 2006, I was 13, and just the way the trailer opens up, it just opens up dark, and it's a cloudy day, but just the way the woman says, "We booked a flight," like the way she says that in voiceover into the microphone, it just, and Amber Tamlin's in the taxi, and it just gives you the chills. It just does.
I booked a flight. It leaves early tomorrow morning.
What's going on?
There's been an accident. No. Your sister's in the hospital.
What kind of an accident?
And then the trailer keeps going, and you kind of know what it is, and then you see the little boy. And one of the things I thought was kind of creepy, but but cool at the same time is when he opens up his eye and you see the 2. You know, that was, I remember thinking that, oh, that's clever, that's really good. But it's a very creepy trailer for a sequel, actually, you know. It's a very creepy little trailer there, but definitely, especially the opening of this movie trailer is the reason why it's on the list, really. Especially, like, the first minute or so is why, but it's very effective, and yeah, that's why I'm putting it on there. And it was from my childhood. Dark Water. You know, here's what's interesting about this film. Okay, first of all, I want to say I still to this day have never seen Dark Water. And I kind of want to see it. Regardless of what the critics said about it, regardless of what audiences have said about it, whether they like it or they don't like it, it looks like a movie I would probably enjoy, but maybe it won't be as good. Maybe the trailer's trying to beef it up a little bit to try to get people in the audience to go see it. But I remember when this trailer first dropped. This was an August movie. This was August of 2000. I'm pretty sure it was August 2005. This came out, Dark Water. And Jennifer Connelly I had never heard of, but she had done some movies before, but this was the first time I had ever heard of her. I hadn't seen her in any movies. But this trailer came out, and it's funny, you know, the year before Dark Water came out, we had Spider-Man 2 come out in the theaters. Now, why am I bringing up Spider-Man 2 here? Well, it's interesting. When this movie trailer came out, this came out a year after Spider-Man 2, and one of the shots at the beginning of the trailer, for a split second, I thought this was going to be a Spider-Man movie or something, but dramatic. Like, just take a look. Okay, rewind it. Doesn't that shot look like Peter Parker's going to come swinging down? Doesn't it look like Tobey Maguire's going to be swinging down there? It just looks like it, right? But then it turns into this movie where it's this mother and this daughter, and they go to this new apartment, they found a home, and they look like they're going to have a nice time. But that music they're playing, maybe they won't have such a nice time.
I think we picked the perfect place to live. Just perfect.
We have so much unpacking to do.
You're gonna love it up here. We're 2 blocks from the school, which is one of the best in the city. And wait, sweetie, don't run, don't run! Get stuck in here, huh?
Look, Mommy, I'm gonna reach the ceiling.
What's that?
Once the little girl starts singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider, you know exactly what kind of movie this is going to be.
Itsy bitsy spider, well up the water spout.
There's a leak in my bedroom ceiling.
I can hear that there's someone running water upstairs.
Did you say upstairs? There hasn't been anyone up there for years.
Down came the red air, watch the spider out.
So I went into the elevator, and the buttons are burnt off.
And it gets creepier.
Why was the door open?
It was locked. Someone else opened it.
And creepier. And creepier. Now, it looks like an interesting little flick. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen Dark Water? I haven't. Not yet. But that trailer, I've been watching that for 15 years, my friends. Next one. The Ring 2. This is another one I've never seen before. I've never seen The Ring from 2002. I've never seen The Ring 2 from 2005. I've never even seen Rings. That came out in 2017, I believe. That was the third one, I think, or maybe a spin-off movie. But I'm not talking about the theatrical trailer for The Ring 2. I'm talking about the teaser trailer. I didn't know what that movie was. Because again, I love teaser trailers because you do, and I've talked about teaser trailers before on this show, back in the second season, what teaser trailers are. I've said this before, the way it opens up, you don't know what this is going to be. Teaser trailers are really good for sequels, by the way, because they can fool a person. You don't know what this movie's going to be, but then bam, they show something, and then you know exactly what it's going to be. And if it's a sequel, that's even better, because that's going to get you hyped up. Because if the first one was really, really good, here comes the second one, and here we go. But this one, I had never seen The Ring, and I hadn't seen The Ring 2. I still to this day, I haven't seen those movies. But when this teaser trailer dropped, all it is cutting, and I thought this was clever too. It's this woman cutting, I think it's Naomi Watts from King Kong, right? The Peter Jackson one. She's cutting she's cutting a piece of paper with scissors into the shape of a circle. And the camera just pulls back, and then the room gets darker and darker and darker to the point where there's no light in the room anymore. But the TV is on and it's flashing, it's got that static look, you know what I mean? And then it just freezes.
You did it. You let the dead get in. You let the dead get in.
And then scissors are cutting a hole into the shape of an O, and then the camera backs out, and the O, T-W-O. It flashes away and it says The Ring for like a split second, and then the 2 comes back. T-W-O. And I remember thinking, that is so clever! That is so clever what they did! I'm 12 years old at the time, but that is so clever what they did there with that advertising! That's genius! I don't know if the movie's any good, I haven't seen it yet, but that teaser trailer, that was not only effective, but that was creepy as hell, man. When I saw that, that was creepy. And you know, some people get scared by the movie The Ring. I still haven't seen it yet, but that movie, that teaser trailer, man, oh my gosh. Seed of Chucky. You know, I'm not gonna go... I have a major backstory about how I saw this teaser trailer for the first time, but I'm not going to talk about it in this review. I'll save that for an upcoming review, because that's a big backstory. But I will say this. I'm talking, once again, just like The Ring 2, I'm talking about the teaser trailer for Seed of Chucky. The teaser. The one when you see the baby in the womb. That... because again, you don't know what this movie's gonna be, but the minute the head turns to the camera and the red eye is there, oh my gosh. That teaser trailer was really my introduction to Chucky. And I was 11. That was 2004. I was 11. Now, I'll go into a bit more history about this teaser trailer and a lot more movies from the year 2004 in time. But this teaser trailer, I feel, is very effective. And by the way, I've seen Seed of Chucky. It's not a horror. It's not a horror movie. It's a comedy. Okay, it's Chucky. Okay, but there's a whole backstory I have with that, and I'll explain that a little later. But that teaser trailer used to give me nightmares, you guys. When I was a kid, I was terrified of that teaser trailer. Dead Silence. When this trailer came out, this was March 2007, I was 14, and, you know, again, I kind of knew that this was going to be a horror movie, because the trailer opens up with that song from the 50s, you know. I don't know the name of it, but it goes dum 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 doo dum doo 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 doo. I know that song. I heard it in Stand By Me. You know, I love that song. It's a good song from the 50s. But I kind of knew it was going to be a horror movie because it opens up with Twisted Pictures. You know, it's the logo for the film company Twisted Pictures, which happens to make the Saw movies. Okay, so I right there, I kind of knew this was going to be a horror movie right away.
Jamie?
And then once they slow down the record, I mean, right there, I'm like, oh boy. You know, like that kind of creeped me out. But here's the thing. When the woman goes into the bedroom and sees that whatever is under that bed sheet, at first I thought this was going to be another Chucky movie. I really did. Who else thought that? Look at the intro to this trailer and tell me this doesn't look like a new Chucky movie.
Jamie? Jamie?
Right, it just looks like a new Chucky movie, but it's not. It has nothing to do with Chucky. Well, it kind of does. It's got dolls in it, but it's nothing to do with Chucky. But the movie, I've seen the movie Dead Silence. I didn't see it in the theaters when it came out. I saw it like a good, like, I think like 5 years after it came out, and this is March of 2007. But this trailer I felt was really effective, and the main reason why this movie creeped me out, or the movie trailer creeped me out, I should say, was, now by the way, I was 14 at the time, so I was a little older, but this trailer, what was creepy about it was not just all the images that you see in this, but towards the end, when they say that rhyme, you know, in that voice, and they're showing you all the images, that made it beyond creepy.
Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls.
Destroy the doll!
And if you see her, do not scream. Or she'll rip your tongue out at the seam.
So yeah, definitely that one's on the list. Next one. The Sixth Sense. Okay, I've already talked about the movie trailer and how it creeped me out in other reviews prior to this one. But when I was a kid, I think it was in the year 2000, I forget what VHS tape had this teaser trailer for it on there, but we rented some movie that came out and we watched it, and this trailer was at the beginning of the tape. And it was the teaser trailer for The Sixth Sense. And when you're 7 years old and you see this...
I see dead people walking around like regular people.
I don't see anything. Are you sure they're there?
They're everywhere. They want me to do things for them.
I think that they know that you're one of these very rare people who can see them. So you need to help them.
What if they don't want help?
I don't think that's the way it works.
How do you know for sure?
Yeah, definitely creepy, man. Now, the movie, I've seen The Sixth Sense. I have it. I've seen that movie I saw that movie a couple of years after it came out, and it's one of my favorite movies. I mean, I watch that every Halloween. I think it's a great movie. It's not really a horror movie. It's more like, it's got some suspenseful moments in it, but it's more of a drama, actually, than it is a horror. It's not really a horror movie. The trailer makes it look like a horror movie, but it's really not. But the trailer gave me nightmares, man, because I remember watching the shot where Haley Joel Osment as Cole would run down the hallway when he would see the dead people, and he would run down the hallway. And we had a hallway in our house. It was right where the banister was to get from my bedroom over to the stairs to go downstairs. And it looked very similar to what you see in the movie. So that creeped me out, man. That was, and he whispers the catchphrase, you know, I see dead people. Just quote this movie trailer, whispering it to yourself. You get chills. You just get chills. The way it's put together, not the movie. The movie's great. I'm talking about the trailers here. The way this is put together, this is just, oh my goodness, it's just so effective. And the thing for me is, a lot of these movie trailers, because I saw a lot of these movie trailers when I was a kid, and I was blown away by how they were edited and put together, they've stuck with me more than the film. You know what I mean? Because these trailers I would watch over and over again, and they bring back memories because of where I was at the time when these movies came out. So it's almost like listening to a song. Watching these movie trailers is like listening to a song that you really liked back when you were a kid. It's effective. It's the same thing. So that's The Sixth Sense. But there was one more movie trailer that, guys, this used to creep me out big time. And I have seen this movie this last one that we're going to talk about. I have seen this movie. I think it's got, much like The Sixth Sense, it's got one of the best twists ever in a ghost story. And I love this movie. I think it's great. But the trailer, let me tell you how old this movie is. This was back when Comcast On Demand was called Comcast In Demand. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, that's how long ago this was. So this is 20 years ago. Play it.
Why have you opened the curtains? It was Victor.
You told your brother that there was someone else in the room.
There was.
That'll do, Anne.
What is it?
I've seen them too.
You have?
Sometimes the world of the dead gets mixed up with the world of the living. Sooner or later, she'll see them. Then everything will be different.
Okay, I was 8 years old when this came out. Imagine yourself being an 8-year-old kid, and you see this.
Mummy, look! This is the father, this is the mother, this is Victor, and this is the old woman.
What do these numbers stand for?
That's the number of times I've seen them.
What do you want?
They're everywhere. They say this house is theirs.
No! Children!
Come here!
Run!
Can't you hear it? There's someone there.
Sooner or later, they'll find you.
And then, of course, there's this.
Where is my daughter?
Are you mad? I am your daughter.
That used to scare me to death, you guys. That was one of the main reasons I slept in my bedroom with my lights on. My mother went crazy every time, waking up in the middle of the night, turning off my lights. The night light in my room wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I had to have the big lights on in my bedroom when I would go to sleep at night, you guys. And by the way, this was before Chucky. This was before I found out what Chucky was. But oh my goodness, that trailer. And then I saw Scary Movie 3, and then they mocked it, and that was hilarious, by the way. But that trailer used to creep me out when I was a kid, you guys. There's something about that movie trailer. Not the film, the trailer. That used to give me nightmares like you wouldn't believe, you guys. That was creepy. No child should have had to have seen that trailer. That spooked the hell out of me. So, those are the movie trailers that I saw when I was a kid. Now, here's the thing. There are more movie trailers that did kind of creep me out and skeeve me a little bit when I was a kid. But I want to save those for a little episode I'm going to do in a couple of weeks. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to that episode. So those are the top 10 movie trailers, the top 10 creepy movie trailers from my childhood. I hope you guys enjoy this. Happy Halloween, and I will see you guys in the next review. Take care.